Alright, so today we're learning how to replace the calipers on a Ridgeline 2012 from Honda RTL. So what you're going to want to do first, take your wheel off. The wheel comes off with a 7/8 bit in standard. Take all the lug nuts off, put it to the side. You're going to want gloves for this because brake fluid is toxic and it will cause cancerous. So what you want, closest bit to get the caliper itself off of the knuckle, you want an 18 millimeter. You want an 18 millimeter impact socket. I've got it on an angle just for usability. I've also got a nano from Onyx, or a mini, whatever it is. Some pneumatic air impact. So what you're going to want to do, fit your little impact onto it. You're going to switch it to the reverse mode, and you're going to want to grab one of your S hooks, or you're going to want a box to lay it on. You're going to put that in here. See how I'm holding it? I'm going to hold it with my other hand, and I'm going to impact this second one off and miss a bunch. I'm going to pry off the bracket itself, the caliper. I'm going to want this S hook to hang up. So what you can do is you can mount it to your coilovers. It's very hard to see, but you can mount the S bracket to your coilovers and have it hang there for you. We're replacing the knuckle too. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull out your spring pins. You want to keep these because these only come with the brakes, and I'm not replacing the brakes today. Put them off to the side, know where they are. Sorry about the compressor, it's a bit loud. Pull all of them off. You want to take your pads out. You want to remember which side these go on. See how new these are? They're brand spanking new. There's like nothing worn away, but they're very mushy and it's very hard to compress the brakes. So I have to replace the calipers because this truck is known to have mushy brakes. So, put your pieces aside. You're going to want to remember where you keep the specific pads. You shouldn't really hammer it out. Normally you should pry it, but I don't care. So, see this? This is like brand spanking new. You're going to want to remember this. This is the pin to let you know that your pads are very short, or very thin. You're going to want to remember where this was. This is on the inside right here. So I'm going to want to remember that goes on the inside and then the other one goes on the outside. Next, what you're going to want to do is you want to grab your other impact. So this next bolt from the factory is a 19 millimeter. It's one size bigger than the 18 millimeter we had here. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to want to put the second one on. You want to take that. You're going to want to put it on this bolt right here. You see? All right, get your impact over it. And then I'm at full reverse right now, and so there we go, mostly out the way. We'll get the second one. It's kind of hard to tell where it is because this brake is in the way. It's caliper. So you had to move the caliper behind it. I'm on the bolt now, and so you see this one. This one's pretty tight on there. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to get something stronger. This is the DeWalt DCF 964. It's got 1,600 foot-pounds of nut-busting torque. It's a 3/4 inch anvil, so I got to get an adapter for the 1/2 inches and put it right back. Gonna hold it here. Impact is on. Now we're going to get our angled socket. So, this monstrous thing. I'm just on the first setting where it stops when the nut is, or the bolt is completely out. So, I'm probably gonna have to move the caliper here. So, gonna want to get that on. See that it's on? And this is a strong gun. So, see. Sorry about that. My Dad came by to say hi. So after you get the old knuckle off, you want to put the new one on. I didn't get the replacement bolts to mount the knuckle, so you're gonna have to reuse the old ones. These ones were rusted in, so hopefully they don't rust weld into this knuckle. But hey, this truck is what, 14 years old, 15 years old now, so honestly I wouldn't care about it. Now we're gonna use the same bit to tighten it up. Need the 19 millimeter, because that is what the bigger bolts are. Yep. Get your 19 millimeter on your impact. You could use this with hand tools, but you could do this whole job with hand tools, but I wouldn't, just because it's slower and more painful. So I'm on tighten now. I'm gonna put it to the 3rd mark just to get it as tight as I can. I'm gonna have to get behind caliper again. Okay, I'm on. A couple clicks. Put your nut in there. I know you can't see it, but I tightened it just now. Flat. I'm gonna torque it spec later. I'll tell you the specs for torquing it. But now, just want to get it out of the way. There we go. So you have your new knuckle on. Now what you're gonna get your bag of hardware that came with it, and I'm rolling around it. Okay, you have 5 things in this bag of hardware. You got 5 things. You got 2 shoes for your brake pads. These are what the brake pads slide on. Next, you got a banjo bolt, and you got 2 washers. This is important for when you disconnect the brake line from here and attach it to your new caliper. Okay, so once you got these, what you can do, you can grab some brake grease. I got ceramic brake grease because ceramic pads. I got this off Amazon. Really, any of them works. I don't have a favorite because this is the only one that I own. And what this is, this will allow your brake pads to slide smoothly on the surface here without like getting stuck or divvying in. Okay, so this is it done. This is just the shoe. You're supposed to put it on where the shoe mounts as well, the line here and as well as there. So I'm going to do that as well. But I'm just showing you, this is honestly more than plenty for a shoe. I wouldn't put more on it. I'd put less if I could, but. And so there it is. We have the brake grease on the knuckle. I have it on the top and the bottom. I kind of shimmied out on the top. I put as little as possible just to be safer, but here you have it. This is about the amount on this side, on the right side, that you want per shoe. You don't want to put a lot. It's no big deal if you put a lot, but try not to, just to save some. What you're gonna do next, you're gonna grab your shoe, you're gonna press it down into the spot, and you're gonna press till it clicks on both sides. There you go, it's clicked, it's secure. We're gonna grab our other one right here, and we're gonna put it on the top. So, press it into place. Wait. Click, click. You'll see it leans off a little bit, that's okay. Same for the bottom here. And I got brake grease on my gloves, so I gotta change these, because I don't want these on my camera. Alright, now that I got it there, we're gonna put our pads back on. So I remember what this was. This one goes on the inside, like so, with the knocker pin at the top. You're gonna slide it right onto the shoe. You're basically pressing it like this into the shoe. Oops, I can't see. You're pressing basically like that into the shoe. It doesn't go for this side, so I'm gonna put it back on this side. Press it in the shoe, it should line up, and then you just gotta wiggle it until it gets into the other shoe and flatten it. Gonna grab your other one, place it into the shoe, you can see here. And once it's in the shoe, you're gonna try and rock it back and forth until you can get it in. So, I've heard that before. What you have here, gotta press this little indent pin. I don't know what that indent pin is, but there you go. Now you got those. What you're gonna do, which I don't think I can show you on camera because I gotta use both hands, but you're gonna want your pins back into their original spots. So you grab it there, press it in there, and it'll try and press these pads out. And what that is, that prevents your pads from constantly sitting on the rotor and wearing it away and just having it make noise. Because if you're not pressing on the pads, you don't want them touching that, otherwise you hear noise constantly while you're driving. Grab your other one. You want to put it, it's a little slot right there. Right there, and you see, they push apart. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to get your new caliper, orient it the right way. You want to fit it around your pads, making sure you don't knock the pads out of place. So you see I got it most of the way around. Got to hit it in to move against that friction, and there you have it. I don't think I knocked it out on the bottom one, but let's see. We're going to grab our new bolts for mounting the caliper to the knuckle, and here we have it. Your bolt, and slide it right in there. I'm going to do the top one first just because I can see it better. See, it slides. I'm going to press your caliper into the right spot. Don't focus on my leg. Trying to hold this camera in between my legs, but it's not working out. What you want to do is align your holes until your nut can slip in. And there you have it. The nut is in, and so I'm going to tighten that by hand with an 18mm socket. So here you have it. It's going in. Make sure you have a little like a rectangular bolt right here. That's part of the slide pin. The slide pin itself is the bolt. The slide pin is like horizontal, or like this. It's like a rectangle. Make sure when you're putting it on, you don't get the horizontal bit underneath this part. You don't want it to sit underneath there, because otherwise it could bend the metal in and it could slip at one point and you could get loose pads. What you want to do, make sure that pin is to the side of it, like my finger is, to the side of this impact socket. Make sure it's sitting like that, that way it doesn't fall loose. Now we can get the second one in. This is where your banjo bolt's going to go. This is where your brake line goes. Goes straight into that part. On the other one, it had a socket that I had to like unscrew the plastic from. This one is just a pop. If you want to pull that plastic out, I forgot to tell you this earlier. Pull the plastic out, that's your stopper. Put that aside, you don't need it anymore. I'm going to tighten this the rest of the way. Okay, it's on tighten. And so, we see this little mount, see the mounts right here where your banjo bolt is? This part is separate from the bolt. What that is, that part sits in between these two washers on this banjo bolt. Banjo bolt, it's going to sit like that when it's mounted. The little bracket for the brake line is going to sit right in here in between these two. It's crucial you replace these washers every time you do this job. Otherwise they could leak and you don't want brake fluid everywhere, because brake fluid is corrosive. What you're going to do is you're going to find a socket to fit this perfectly. Now I found out this bolt is bigger than that bolt. What you're going to do, place that on there. You're going to want to get your... You're supposed to do this, you're supposed to loosen it. You're supposed to break it free when it's on the mount initially. I didn't do that because I have air tools. Okay, it's loosened. This new one, we're going to want to be very quick. I can't do this on camera because I got to be very quick with my hands. But what you're going to do, take this off, take the bolt, the washer, and the second washer off. Place the bolt on top of the hose line like this. Place the washer underneath that hose line, and then again press into place and screw it in. And so I got it on, leaked a little bit. You can see I put the plug into this old caliper because this caliper is still filled with old .3 fluid, which is brake fluid. See, I can spill a little bit on this floor. I'm gonna have to wash this. I'm gonna get a towel and wipe up this caliper and the knuckle, and then I'm gonna brake fluid it afterwards. But I tightened it down, and next what we gotta do, we gotta bleed. This is your bleeder valve right here. This right now is tightened. Gotta break it loose. with the one flare nut wrench. What a flare nut wrench is this. Your normal wrench will only have 2 sides, maybe 4 going to it, but a flare nut wrench wraps around the entirety of the nut. That way you don't break this very, very precious nut. What you gotta grab is you gotta grab a bleeder valve. Now, I have the one-man kit from Duralast. I like it. It's simple, it works. You can see this is the old fluid from the other side. So, come back over all this whole mess I made. It's got a magnet on the side. You can just mount it to the caliper here. What you're gonna do, you're gonna take your old tubing, the fluid, you can see it's flowing back down. You're gonna press it right onto your little bleeder valve here. Now what I can do, I can grab flare nut wrench, put it over. It's the 10 millimeter, so I forgot to mention that. The 10 millimeter, you're gonna break it clean, but you don't want it to like be super loose. Just enough that it will bleed through. This is the old one. This is how much I had to get out, so it's fine if I have to keep pressing. Now what you're gonna do, I can't show you on camera because I don't have a stand for this camera. What you're gonna do, you're gonna leave it there and you're gonna go walk into your driver's seat. Be careful while it's on the jack stands, don't shake too much. And you're gonna press the brake a bunch. Now what that's gonna do, that's gonna force fluid out this tube and into the bleeder. Why? Because there's air in this current caliper. Air is not a good compressant. I also went over here, and this is where you fill your brake fluid. This is .3 fluid, so you break this clean. So with that, walk into your cabin. I'm gonna press the brake a bunch. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then now we're gonna go check to see how much fluid is still in there. Nothing. Here we have it. Needs to be looser. Just scared it might come off when I'm doing that. Now holding it down, I saw earlier, let it shoot out a lot more constantly. So if I'm doing this, it's just going, or if I do this, it'll go. Whoop. Might have filled that bottle. I sure did. So, that's how you can tell that your brake line has no air in it. Hopefully this bag don't got no holes in it. Whee! It's everywhere. And there you have it. You have your new caliper with your new knuckle attached to your new, not new, but your old line. And it's completely filled, as you can tell by the mess that I had to clean up.